Yeah, some of them aren't doing it with the right heart, but most of them are, and I agree with you. That's why I said a moment ago, I'm not trying to sit here in judgment. And I certainly don't want anybody to think that I think I'm doing it right. I'm learning all the time.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes I have to get in the pulpit and apologize for ways that I've taken the church or something. I say, that's just not right. God has shown me. So, and I think that's one reason the Lord's allowed me to stay there and the people for 31 years and counting. Yeah. But from that vantage point of being in the media, print media and television and radio and writing books and speaking in conferences and pastoring in one place for decades, it's given me a vantage point that's unique.
Yeah.
And, even at this conference, people flood my table and they say, we're not getting this stuff in our churches. We're not getting what coaches mean. We're not getting what... And I don't want to stand in judgment, and so I try to just love and pray for pastor and speak to them, speak to your leadership about this, but be kind, be gracious, and but it hurts my heart because what do you tell them? I mean, and then if you say, well, go find another church, but 90% of them there aren't any.
Right.
I mean the 10%, that they're there, but gosh, you got to look hard to find them. Yeah. So, but look. I'm not a date setter, and I don't over sensationalize things. And I use the word over sensational because a lot of what I say is sensational because it's the word of God, and we're living in prophetic times.
It's counterculture.
That's right.
It's counterculture.
But I don't purposely over sensationalize. I don't set dates and alarmist. But I just say, look, we're living in the most prophetic time since the first coming of Jesus Christ. We are. And we are on the other side of the nation of Israel being born. The only thing left prophetically, hugely prophetic, is the second coming of Christ, and we're somewhere in that funnel. We're somewhere in the neck of that.
We don't know when it's going to happen.
That's right.
But we know it is going to happen.
So because of that, because of the times we're living in, I think what we're watching is what the Bible speaks of in the last days. Truth is going to be thrown to the ground. Right. A great apostasy is going to sweep. Now, what's apostasy? Well, that's attack against truth. Well, where's truth? It's supposed to be in the church. Well, if it's not in the church, it's certainly not in the halls of government. It's certainly not in the educational halls anymore, public education. So, so it's not on TV. It's not in the entertainment industry. I mean, the days of Leave It to Beaver and Barney Fife and all those guys, that's gone.
Yeah.
So what's supposed to be the disseminator of truth? It's supposed to be the Word of God from the pulpits in church, and that's shrinking. So that's where we are. And at the same time, we're watching the greatest Christian nation in statistics, anyway, that the world has seen since the time of Christ. We're watching it kind of go down, 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 down. We're watching Muslims come to Christ by the millions all over the world. We're watching Orthodox Jews come to Christ by the tens of thousands all over the world every year. So at the same time there's a falling away, there's also a great revival. But I remember all my life as a kid listening to preachers say, in the last days there'll be a great revival in the United States. I pray so, but I ain't seeing that. I'm seeing the movement of God, but it's not so much in America. We've had it in our lap, and we've pretty much rejected it.
I heard from the Lord. I hate when people say that.
Yeah.